Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, y'all? It's Power Plays Palace, man. We back again for the fourth day of the week. It's Thursday, man. So let's take a look at what we got yesterday. All right. So we were looking for an entry at the SPY when it went above 731.62 for an entry between 731.80 to 732.60. We set our stop below 729.80 and put our targets at 734, 736, and 740. And if it rejected from around that area, around that high, pre-market high, we were looking for an entry around 730 to 780, around 732, with a stop above 734.20. Target 728.50, 727, and 725.70. All right, so let's take a look at this. So on yesterday, what we had with the SPY was the SPY opened up at 728.16, and then it started to work its way up. It did, and it didn't reach the 731 mark again until about 1040. But up until that point, because in the pre-market, you see right here, it hit the pre-market high around 7 o'clock, 7:10, and then it pulled back. And then 8:15, it pushed back up a little bit. Then it pulled back again right before the market opened at 727.88. And it really established this pre-market, this low of the day early, because it opened at 728, and then it pulled back briefly, and then it started to work its way up. But if you see right here, we're below the VWAP, right? So the blue line, my 9, crossed over my 21. It's my 21 on top right here. Crossed over my 21, crossed over my VWAP. Crossed over my 21, crossed over my VWAP, and started to push up. And once you saw that happen, and we saw that across the VWAP, it started to work its way up. And it got to 731, kind of tapered off a little bit, pulled back again. Now, here's where I find some of the stuff that I look at interesting. Now, as these blue line, my 9 starts to creep below, it's really not, that's not a committed change at that point, really. You still have a VWAP here, but also with this white line, that's the pre-market high. So you expect some type of reaction, consolidation in that area. And so that's what you got. And it consolidated sideways, brief pullback, got some liquidity off the VWAP, and then it worked its way back up. Now that whole process lasted from it broke here at 1040 all the way over to about 1255 when it bounced and started to push up. But after that, it pushed up. As you can see, my blue line crossed, my 9 crossed my 21. You got separation, which is a good sign, and you can see these candles respecting that. And they respected it all the way through the end of the day. And then it broke through and established a new high today, ended up at 734.60. So if you're looking at the chart, it didn't quite hit all of my levels, but if you was watching it as it was working, it worked its way into those areas, and it stayed there, and it stayed above that. And so it didn't have any pullback necessarily, unless you consider early on when it did pull back a little bit to 728. I think it touched the 727.75 was the lowest it got, the low of the day. And so what we ended up with for yesterday was a pretty decent call day. So let's look at the chart for today. So with everything that's going on, it continued to kind of move up overnight. So what we have here is oh man, I'll put this, that's wrong. You see it say 737.91. I actually put that in the wrong place. 736, 791 was not the high of the day yesterday. The high of the day yesterday was 734.60. So that's an error. I double check. But we still kept moving up. And then we established a pre-market high at 737.91. So with today, what we'll be looking for is a breakout long if it breaks above that 737.91. With our entry around 738, 738.80. Stop below 736.20, with our targets being 740.20, 742.80, and 745.50. Remember, we're in all-time high areas, so even though these are target areas, doesn't mean it's going to actually hit that area today or even right now. It's working in that way. We're still in an uptrend. But if it goes into the pre-market high area and it rejects, we'll be looking for an entry around 737.50 to 738.20 in that range. With our stop above 740, targets being 735.80, 734.09, and 732.20. And so those are the charts for today, and those are the levels. Now, as you can see in the pre-market, let's go to the pre-market. There was a gap up here, say from 7:32 when it closed overnight, 8 o'clock overnight, and it opened up at 4 o'clock this morning. It opened up at 737.91. So if you know that is a $5 gap. So it opened up top here, and then it started to push down. And what you're seeing so far, it came down and it consolidated. It has been consolidating pretty much all morning as it get close to 9 o'clock. But you're starting to see it has retaken over the VWAP here. Blue line, we got some separation with my 9, my 21 crossing over this VWAP. And normally when that happens, there was a time when both of these cross at the same time, and they call that like a golden cross. But what you're seeing is starting to cross over. Now, understanding I trade out the 5-minute chart, but you still see it. It's happening. There it is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stay disciplined, play your levels, see the levels, play the levels. And if you're going to follow me, it's not financial advice. This is what some ideas for me. I'm a trade. I trade. Yesterday, I got in at 734s because I just kind of figured it would go there. I caught those things for about 12 cents per contract. So it's like $12 per contract. And they ended the day at 54. Now, me personally, I set my take profit. I set my take profit per contract at 25. No, at 26. It was 26 because I was using my Schwab account. Schwab charges 66 cents per contract. But I set my contract sale price at 26. And I had to go and do something. It came back. It had already sold. And I looked, and at the end of the day, I didn't want to jump back in and chase, but when I looked, that thing had already ended at $50 per contract. So, just, stay disciplined to your rules and follow what you're doing. And like I said, I said it earlier, I don't care. I'm trying to just win. But that's what it is. Stay disciplined, respect your levels, and let the chart be your guide if you're going to follow my chart. But as of for today, that's our plan. Get in, get out. We at Power Plays, the Discord. If you want to join us, this Power Plays Palace. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Man, it is Thursday. Let's get to it, man. And we out of here.